It's already
for
recorded.
that.
So you're up for.
If you were claiming you're good.
Yeah, put off by 2 weeks. So, but now I get to have it the week of Thanksgiving, but we're also
Where
supposed
did
to
you
be in Maine
record?
with my
The father
family.
Yeah.
to the,
And now,
And they've told them they don't want him.
and they don't want me, so do not, well, they don't want me to travel. You know, in a car for 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever,
Ready?
so,
I wish you luck.
Good on that.
well, thank
You
you.
know, I emphasize with it, cause I've had mine.
Oh,
you
yeah,
got, people
I've
I've
still
been there
trying.
too, so it's,
No, you're good.
No, everybody
But
good,
we
yeah.
could move
so
this
anyway,
so that there's,
we'll have a romantic dinner at home.
We're gonna have probably be adjusted, we're all on the same floor and two on 30 minutes to the doctor, so.
okay, guys, it's 6 p.m.
What do you mean?
November 10th, call this commissioners meeting to order. First and foremost, roll call, Eric Cassidy's here.
Lisa Edwards is here.
Bob Long's here.
Okay. First order of business, approval of minutes. We have a few to go over this month. I'll start backwards, actually. Make a motion to approve the September 9th commissioners meeting minutes.
Second,
Okay, all in favor?
Hi.
alright,
Make a motion to approve the October 7th, 2025.
second,
All in favor?
Hi.
alright,
And finally, make a motion to approve the commissioners meeting work session on October 28th minutes.
Second motion?
All in favor?
alright,
Okay. Alright, district business, approval of manifests from October 7th. I'll make a motion to approve those manifests.
second,
All in favor?
Hi.
alright,
Okay, discussion regarding changing our accounting software for 2026.
Alright, so we're making some progress. We've honed in on a QuickBooks product being the right solution. There are two potential QuickBooks products that will meet our needs, and our needs are really defined by making sure the software can handle multiple companies. And our organization, Mountain Lake Districts, has three. So we've had some initial conversations with our auditor about what he feels the needs are. And the three of us, as well as our auditor, are meeting with Intuit, which is the maker of QuickBooks, this Thursday, for a demonstration of one of the products. And it's our plan by the end of November to have made a decision. And, you know, purchase the software, which is gonna be a subscription-based. Implement the software from the training and the data migration perspective in December. So we'll be ready to go on January 1st with the new software.
Is that a local vendor? I mean, like. No,
Intuit,
No, not Intuit, but, must be a rep, somebody repping that company, it was actually Intuit you spoke
It
with?
was actually Intuit.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
yeah, they have their own,
Yeah, when
I know this sounds like a
wanna
beer
look at their more sophisticated software, they'll actually put you on with a live rep,
Oh, okay.
who'll do demos for you, so.
Cool. Any other discussion on that? No? Okay, moving forward, our annual meeting date, will be March 21st, 2026 at 10:30 AM at the District Lodge. Beyond that, Bob, you wanna go over some maintenance updates for us?
the, and I didn't put it on the, agenda, but there are some financials in there.
Oh, financials.
And
first.
the financials are still, this is why we're making the change, because it's, the system is so cumbersome, and we just didn't have, I've been working on 2024, because the folks that we had at the time didn't do a lot of input, and, a lot of stuff was input incorrectly, so I'm working back on that, because our auditors need that information so that they can complete our, there's a 535 form which, gets the tax rate down, and we've gotta do a 434 form from a district, but I gotta get these all straightened out, so we're working on that. But I wanted to get these out just so so people could take a look at it, and, you know, there's a lot of things, all the payroll and stuff like that has not been, inputted, and, we're working on getting that stuff up, and this is one thing where I'm really excited about, going to a new software package that's not as cumbersome, and it's gonna be a lot easier to maintain. And we're actually looking at an off-site accountant in pilot And that's gonna be in conjunction with the Intuit thing, but that's something that we're looking at as well.
Bob, if I can just add on to that.
Go ahead.
Being able to use a company like Pilot that actually provides bookkeeping services, whether it be Pilot or something similar, will be a big advantage because they will use QuickBooks. It's very prevalent in the market, which means we'll no longer have to find a local accountant or a local bookkeeper that's willing to travel to come on site and do the books, so.
Big advantage.
Other mentions, you wanna go over finance further?
What's that?
You wanna go over anything with the finance further? This is.
I don't know if anybody's got any questions on it, it's,
A little more questions
It needs
next
some
week.
work.
Yeah.
yeah, it needs some work, yeah. Okay. Alright, you wanna go to the maintenance?
Yeah,
Alright, I'm gonna, share some information here, and Mark, if you may wanna, why don't you start off with your, water thing, cause I'm gonna give a bunch of pictures here,
Okay,
what's that?
I'll do the water.
Yeah, he's doing the
okey-doke,
water
we'll
heat.
do that. We had our meeting, last, Thursday at, on 11/6, and, we only had 5 people there. I wasn't there, I was there by Zoom, but I was there in spirit. Usages last month was, total usage was 1,056,655 gallons. Average 33,471, high 44,877, low 26,994. Chlorine residual is 0.20. Sources, Woodsville Water and Light, 57% at 608,000 gallons. Bedrock Well was 7.69% at 81,000 gallons. And the infiltration well was 34.7% at 366.663 gallons. Total accounted for usage was 98.19, it's very high, so unaccounted was only 181, so we seem to be not losing anything,
Yeah.
which is nice. I just basically added that Jeff Tucker did visit our dams on October 1st, so we're still in the month. Said causeway's in good shape, several more years of usage until we gotta do something with the causeway drains. Old business, pump house, work on the wall.
Jeff Tucker he's an engineer, dam engineer, that's an independent dam engineer now. He
He's
did
with the
work.
state, right? Was he once with the state?
No, Jeff Tucker is with, was with, Du Bois and King,
Okay,
and, he's
he's on his own now,
he's independent now, yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Pump house, work on the wall repair is complete, interior plumbing is complete. We did add a pipe loop for emergencies and maintenance, according to John, that's so we can add a second pump as a backup in case one pump goes down, instead of us having to jury rig a second pump and have more downtime, so that's a good idea, glad we got that done. We're still talking about adding 1 or 2 auxiliary storage tanks for backup storage and reserves, just in case we run out of water for a long period of time. Jim Vernon, working with Edgewater Systems, he sent us estimate for the preliminary water sourcing. The quote came in, dated October 17th, came in at $25,290 with various stages of completion. As discussed last month, he'll concentrate on water main searches on lot 7-8 and lot 7-1. Ed made a motion that the water committee recommend this work to the commissioners. John seconded it. Motion passed. Work will proceed after commissioners approve or non-disapproval and weather permitting. An additional discussion ensued that there was an ample water available under the Clark Farm at Route 116 and County Road, which we knew about. The pump knows this, but delivery is the problem, the cost of over $1 million just to get the water here if we pumped it direct, just for the pipe. Bob reported that the Joint Water District Committee formed in 2023 with all the district water commissioners throughout Haverhill to study townwide mingling of water sources, and supply had not resumed. But he was gonna inquire into it, his resumption, you know.
He wasn't at that meeting, so I didn't see him.
Yeah, there you go, there you go. Well,
I'll bump it.
whatever, I knew you were gonna
Yeah.
follow up on it.
Yeah.
And Carr Road is complete. We put how, 300 feet in?
It was approximately 300 feet, yep,
Okay.
and,
Big job.
Yep.
And how deep is it now? 8 feet?
It is, 6 feet.
Okay,
For the most part, it's 6 feet. Where they tied in, they found it at 10 feet, and they felt that was a reasonable thing. And down on the other end, it's at 10 feet. But where that thing was all 16 to 18 feet, that's all at 6 feet right now.
okay, great,
Yeah, they guys did a great job with that.
super.
And he's tied into the new system now, so that job is completely finished.
Good to have that off the books and,
It is, yeah,
and
yeah,
use that pipe we had, just get it out of storage and put it in the ground.
yeah.
Okay. On new business, Jed Acker has left the committee as he's moving to Maine with his family. And we thank him for his time on the committee. Stuart Schreiber has also withdrawn from active participation on the committee. So, we're down to 5 committee members now. I don't think it's a bad thing, as long as we can get at least 3 of us to show up, because that would be
Yeah.
quorum. But whatever, anybody has any interest, they're welcome to join. Next meeting, December 4th. Meeting to adjourn was at 8:35. That was it?
Nice, thank you.
Yeah.
So you weren't sleeping during that meeting?
Well, part of it was, yeah.
What I wanna do is share some of the pictures, you guys can see that. Can you see that okay from there? This is over at the pump house, and this is some of the work that Mark was talking about. This section right here, when we had the internal people come in to look at replacing the pipes on the inside, they said the wall was bowing, so we had to do something with that. So what that is, that's 26-inch wide wall, it's about 7 feet high, and there's a bunch of bolts going through with a plate on the inside holding that wall into place, and they were really comfortable
Is
with
that a
that.
solid cast?
It was a pour.
And that's a port?
Yeah.
Jeez, that's a
Yeah.
lot of concrete.
That's a lot of concrete, yeah. But it was nice because I did that, we were all over the place. I think you heard one of the prices was $44,000. That cost us, a little north of $10,000 to have that done.
Better for
So-
great work.
Oh, yeah,
Great
no,
work.
it's, and this line right here is a redundant line that's coming down, that was feeding, it used to be the outfeed for the pump house. And what that does, that's actually tied into a line over on White Mountain Road. And what that gives us a redundant feed, because if we had anything happen on the other side of the district, on the other side of French Pond Road, we had to shut the whole district off. This here, there's valves in place where we'll only have to shut half the district off. And what it does, it's flow, it's a loop system, and that's a huge thing for us to have done. And one of the things that, we've noticed, they never used thrust blocks, and those things are critical. Whenever
Yes.
you have a bend in the pipe, you should have something to hold that in place.
Great
And
idea.
that's a mandatory thing that we're doing now. Up here, that's the same picture. This is the inside of the pump house. This stuff has all been replaced, and that's all stainless steel. The pipes that we had in there were so rusted, and they were starting to leak in places. And John had one of the experts come in and was talking to him and said that the type of fittings that you've got really aren't designed to take the loads that you've got there. So we had that whole thing replaced, and this is the wall here that we're talking about, and that wall is really solid right now. It's not gonna go anywhere. But these guys did a really nice job. This is where it comes in, right here. I'm sorry, that was where it goes out and feeds the pump house, or the chambers. And what we also had done, there was one pump in the holding tank. And we've always had another pump there, and we always talked about putting another one in. And there was already an opening for it, so we had that installed. So we've got a redundant pump in place, and they're gonna work, one will come on, and then when that's done, and the next time it's gotta come on, that other pump will go on. So it's really a good set, some really good upgrades on this.
Who did all this work?
It was a Vermont,
Champlain?
Champlain, yeah, Champlain guy, Champlain, yeah. The guy's excellent work.
It's clean.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Looks like there's less pipes there too.
Oh, there was much faster, we had, you know, some stuff that went there
Yeah.
just didn't need to be there, yeah. But yeah, no, these guys did a great job, and it just looks really slick in there now too, it's,
Like maybe contemporary?
yeah,
Like
like it,
21st century.
like it should be, yeah. So, that's,
You're not gonna burst.
this is, you know, a lot of the things that the water committee work with John and get this thing, get this stuff all in place, and, this is a lot of work, and, it's something that we really needed, so, great job to the, water committee for, stepping up and doing all
John
that
was
work.
very happy to have this done.
Oh my God, yeah, he is, yep, for sure. Okay, and, Mark talked about Car Road, that is, completed, the whole thing, the tie-in with his new tie-in line is in, and, again, 300 feet of line. So it's, that one's completed.
I should know, so was that cast, ductile, what was that, the pipe?
Blue Brute,
Blue, okay.
yeah,
Got it,
usually,
got it,
yeah.
okay.
We're going with Blue Brute now because, one, it's a lot less expensive. It's a lot easier to handle, and, it just makes sense. The old ductile iron is, that stuff is tough, and this new Blue Brute that they've got, the Blue Brute 900, I think it is, it's, you know, it's rated as good as that stuff, so.
Good.
Been a very productive year so far.
It has been, for sure. Any questions on any of that?
Pictures.
You, Eric?
When do they anticipate being, everything closed in? Do you have any idea?
They ran into a problem this afternoon.
Yeah.
You were over there when
Yeah,
they were digging that out, because there was one valve that was there, and it was weeping a little bit, and that valve has probably been there for 50 years. And, John was on it, and I talked with Pete, and, Pete is from Hood's Plumbing and Heating, and, said we should just replace that while we got it open. He says, I'm glad you said that, he said. Then he started digging that back, and then he found another valve that's a blowout valve, and then there was a reducer. There's a 12-inch pipe that's coming down, it's massive, and there's a reducer, and so they're replacing it back to there. When I was over there earlier, they were cutting that off, and so they're gonna replace that, from the 12-inch, reduce it to the 6, put the, shut off in there, and,
Well, it gives good pressure to the pump house. Coming down.
well, that's actually not going to the pump house anymore, that's the one that's diverting
Oh, that's what's the
around.
round.
That's
Okay.
the dual feed, yeah,
Okay,
so, yeah,
so again.
Okay,
okay.
you good with all that, is that good for the maintenance then?
Yeah.
Yeah, alright, move to the planning board?
Okay, so we had our planning board meeting on October 15th. We had a single application to approve for a single-family home to be built on Valley Road. That application packet was judged to be complete and was ultimately approved. Second item that was discussed, and I think we've talked about it here once already, so I'll be brief. There was a zoning variance application brought to the ZBA last month, was not approved. It is gonna be brought back in a revised form by the applicant this month.
Correct. Wednesday.
And, you know, the ZBA will consider it at that time.
That's the lot over there.
This is the Monadnock property, yeah.
He's made some modifications to his original plan, and I have all that documentation, I have it all,
You got it all,
I got it all.
right here?
We know you've had it all.
I got some last night,
Uh,
but don't ask.
Time out.
Strike
He's
that
better.
from the minutes.
You got him
Strike that
going.
from the minutes.
I did, and he started it.
Sorry, Eric.
No problem. There were several projects that we approved for closure, so nothing big there. And then we had a follow-up discussion around extension requests, because at the prior meeting, we had been made aware by Courtney that there were no less than 10 extension requests that were filed. Several of them actually were for second and third extensions. And the discussion that we had was around whether or not we should reconsider the duration of the first permit, which ultimately the committee agreed that they should change to a 2-year duration. And then went on to discuss what the fees should be for subsequent, extension letters, or I should say, the first extension after that and subsequent ones. So we did not vote on it, at the meeting, we're gonna be voting on it in the November meeting. But the idea is that there could be a $500 fee for the first extension after the 2 years and a $1,000 fee for a second extension. But we'll be voting on that at the next
So
meeting
that-
in November.
But you're gonna give 2 years now?
So what came out of the last meeting was a discussion that the
was it
first,
now,
the first permit shouldn't be for 1 year, it should be for 2, because the reality is with a short building season and other factors, it's not uncommon for building to be past 1 year.
How much is the, first extension, 6 months or a year?
Well, the discussion was it will be a year.
A year.
They're a year now.
And the second one would be for a year as well, or 6 months,
A year, but with a $1,000 fee.
$1,000? And if at the end of that period of time, they don't have it built, it started over again?
Actually, we didn't go into that, we
Okay,
didn't
that's
go, we
fine.
didn't go that far, that's one of the reasons why we didn't actually get to a motion and a vote,
Okay,
because we wanted to make sure that we were being comprehensive.
I
when
was
the
here
motion was
where
made.
that discussion went on, it was a good discussion, it was a progressive discussion. I think it was David was part of that input there. And I think it was a real good exploration of what could happen.
okay.
That's not it.
Okay. Any other questions on planning board? Okay, moving on to recreation, we did not have a meeting yet, that it was postponed until, November 19th, 2 Wednesdays from now. But we did have a nice turnout for trunk or treat over the week before Halloween, that was fun. Leading up to the end of this month, we're gonna have a tree lighting here.
Yes,
I think it's on the 30th of this month.
yeah, Sunday the 30th, the time is at 5 o'clock, body was at 6 o'clock.
I think earlier would be better.
5 p.m.
5 p.m.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, guess what, we don't have a tree, and when we were talking about it, John suggested we could purchase a real tree and then plant it.
Hmm.
Is that what he said?
Mhm.
And then, we could decorate it and have it there, because when it's up here it's too windy,
Mm.
It's very much.
and, it just doesn't hold up good.
If you
That's why
could
they
get
had
somebody
throw-
to tie it down correctly, you'd be all set.
No, that's how they,
Gotta go there.
Grenades over the wall.
they had to throw it out because it got bent. 'cause
It would be.
So, we can talk about that at the next meeting and see if
I
we
think it's a
wanna,
great idea to have
I
a
think
tree that we can
you
plant.
could you could put it right out here,
next to the ping pong table.
in front of the ping pong table.
Cool.
So
That'll give them
that's
something to fall against.
Yeah,
But you've got a lot of space
Yeah.
between there and where the ping pong table is.
Is the fence gonna go back up?
No.
Okay,
That makes it so much easier, just,
yeah, it is, and one also, what's they're gonna try to pour this winter?
they were
this fall?
supposed to pour that last week, I don't know what, you got, you know what's wrong with it?
I talked to him today, he said, if it gets any colder, he'll dress it with some blankets and still get it poured.
Wow.
Okay.
He's just been super busy, so, yeah, I was gonna get to that in a little bit, but, yeah. So that's that for recreation.
So is that something you wanna do, put a tree out there, or,
I don't know, I think he said something about in the spring, what John said, get a real tree and plant it, so
In the
that for the
spring.
following
Oh.
year,
yeah, that makes sense, too,
decorate
yeah.
it. So for this year, if we wanna just get, I don't know, we'll have to talk about it,
Okay.
see what we wanna do.
Okay,
Tree isn't that expensive, something to put out there is
yeah,
$100 or,
Yeah, but we don't want it to blow over again.
Bobble tie it down this year.
With the orange straps.
With the orange
I'm
strap.
staying out,
Yeah,
I'm
wait.
staying out of this discussion.
I've got some heavy chain in my.
Good, good. Sure you do.
Bob, in your email, emailed you a picture of the kiosk.
Yeah.
I don't know if you should blow it up real quick and show it.
Okay.
Moving forward to Montauk committee update, first thing I wanna bring up is that over the last month, a lot of volunteer effort has gone into, building the kiosk. I think Bob's gonna show a photo real quick,
Did you send it to my, which one you sent it to?
probably your Mountain Lakes
I
email.
don't see it.
Oh, it's just stuck in my outbox. Okay, well,
If you want,
doesn't wanna send right now.
you wanna listen?
Let's see. That's weird.
Okay.
So anyway, between Dave, Alan Lee, Ian Siami and I, hopefully we can get an image up in a second, but we installed a information kiosk in front of the lodge, kinda near the Monto area. We're not completely done with it, but it'll have a, you know, a backboard with, information and maps and all the, you know, QR code for, donation and just all like the, you know, generic information about being safe and smart on the mountain and everything like that.
Dave, have you got a picture of it?
I just sent it to you.
Yeah, it's just stuck in my outbox right now.
I'm gonna try to.
I just got something.
So that was a good success, we've been working on that, that was all donated by, volunteers. Beyond that, the primary conversation that we had, this month at the meeting, kind of based around, a number of, visits I had with a number of, machine operators and, including, for example, I always say this wrong, the town of Bath road agent. I consulted with him going up and down some of the ski trails, seeing what he had for advice, just given the fact that he's maintaining a lot of dirt roads up and down hills. That's,
That's what you sent me.
no, there's another one, there should be a second email coming. It's called kiosk. I think it actually sent there.
I got one from Dave, let me put this
Yeah,
up.
there it is, yeah, that works. So yeah, I met up with at least 3 different machine operators in the last month, just trying to consult and understand how to bring life back to these trails that have been grown in over the last 35 years. Got a lot of good advice and a lot of good people willing to help and
What did I do? Sorry about that.
you're fine. You got it?
I saw a flash.
Yeah,
It's
please,
coming up.
stop share.
So it ended up at the Monto meeting that we made a motion to present to the commissioners that we've made about $7,200 over the last two years of bike races. We've probably spent 1,300 that I'm aware of right now that
Wow.
you know, on just trail cleanups and such already. We wanna allocate up to another 5,000, so that keeps us within our limits. But we wanna allocate another 5,000 to potentially hiring a company called Grudy's. The guy, one of the operators that came was able to offer us 2 track loaders, which have like the tank tread skid steers, 6-foot mulching heads, 2 of them for $100 an hour each. Going rate's probably $250 to $300 an hour. This guy seemed to be sympathetic to our cause, and wanted to help out while he's up here for the next 2 months doing kind of state and power line jobs up here. So he's got the kind of machines, we've seen it on French Pond, we've seen it on 116. And so I haven't talked to him in a couple days, I've been trying to get back in touch with him, but I did have a good meeting with him, and so I guess right now I'd like to make the motion that the Monto committee is wishing to spend up to 5,000 on the money that we've already made for the purpose of clearing pre-existing ski trails with supervision by community members on site during the clearing. and tagging buffering along any private property lines.
How much was he charging?
100 an hour per machine, but he said he was gonna send 2 machines, and he thought he could do a significant amount of work in 3 days, that puts us at $4,800. So that's where, we came up with the limit of up to $5,000. And so the entire
After
committee.
you looked at it the other day, you really think that we need somebody with their capabilities to do?
Yeah, Dave can join us, but the excitement from everyone, and the entire committee went up on a hike the other day,
Yeah.
the whole group. And, we were able to, point out where the property boundaries were, where we've buffered away from it. And then we showed everyone basically what we call the stroll trail, which is the far left uphill trail.
Mhm.
That would be used for manually going up and down the hill, as well as coming back down. And then there's some seriously, easy trails to reopen up that we all hiked through, the other day. And these machines, they could save us hundreds of hours of, volunteer labor work, hundreds and hundreds of hours, I can't even imagine. Dave, I don't know if you have anything you wanna add to that?
Yeah, I guess I would just add, you talked about, we went up as a committee, I think there were 6 of us that walked that trail. And we're able to look at all of the trees that are about this big around that have kind of grown up. So right now we have paths, that are 6 to 7 feet wide that kind of run up that stroll trail. And you can see where the trail used to be. All of the drainage and the ditch lines and things like that are all still there. They've just kind of been, grown in a bit, and you've got silt that's kind of run down the mountain and created kind of problems. What this company, what Grudy's has offered, like Eric had mentioned, is at a tremendous discount compared to what the going rate is for what the kind of work that they do. My buddy Steve came with us on this walk, and he's a logger by trade. It's kind of what he's done his whole life, is working in the woods. And at first, he had said, if you are gonna get into a forestry management type of thing, which we'll get to probably in a minute, that would be part of that, because if you're gonna have somebody in here doing forestry work, you could say, hey, we want these recreation trails cleared up, but it's gonna cost you money, right? You're gonna take the money that you're gonna spend over here, and you're gonna use that money to clean up these trails over here. So any money that you're gonna make on this end, you're gonna spend over here. And the going rate for that type of machinery is gonna be in that $250 to $300 an hour type of, so that's gonna be your cost on that kind of work. So that's gonna come off of the money that you were gonna make anyway. So his thought when he heard that it was $100 an hour that this company was willing to do this kind of work was, that's a no-brainer. You're not going to, you would never recoup that cost with the timber that's gonna come out of there. There's no value to it. It's really just, it would turn into chips, and it would cost you more to truck it out of there than it would to process it and kind of move it along. So, the group of us that were able to walk up there were able to look around and kind of see all the potential and the opportunity there to open those trails up, and there wasn't anybody to argue against it. It was kind of this would be an awesome use of funds if it's something that we wanna be able to open up these trails and really make them work for us a little bit. We've gone up there and, like Eric said, spent countless hours, but you get a guy with an electric chainsaw and a guy with a gas saw, and
Yeah, no,
it's like trying to bail out this lake with a bucket,
Yeah.
you
So-
can do that now.
I know. So, all that to say, I would, appreciate the consideration if that was something that you guys are willing to do. I think that would be a great use. Having the bike race and being able to bring a little bit of revenue into the district, I think that there's a lot of opportunity at that mountain, and that's probably a good place to spend those funds.
Well, and it's not necessarily you're right, it's a good place to spend those funds, but there's also approximately $14,000 in the recreation, budget.
Oh, yeah, spend that money then.
Well, it's something we take a look at, but I didn't take the walk up this, so I don't know, but I will second your motion for the.
Okay. Okay,
Are these hiking trails redundant to the bike trails, or they overlap?
So a lot of the hiking trails are the ski trails that are just being closed in. In the future, we will have like a specific up-only hiker trail. That's probably, gonna be like along where the ski lift line used to be anyway. But right now, there's 5 downhill trails, for the biking and, about 5 or 6 old ski trails. And what we think we could do is probably get like 2.5 of those ski trails brought back to life, with this kind of effort. So it would just bring a lot of, fresh life and opportunity, back into this mountain, and people would be able to see the vision that much clearer, you know, moving forward.
You've got a, motion
Yep.
in a second.
Just a quick question, sounds like you've got a pretty good deal lined up potentially on these machines.
Yeah,
What do the machines do?
they're,
Talk to me, a non-construction guy.
yeah, they're track loaders, which is like a skid steer, so it's like, just one, you know what that is, a skid
Yeah,
steer?
yep.
And then it has like a drum machine on the front, 6 feet wide.
Okay,
And it's like a big metal grinding wheel.
Yep.
And it just mows down all these 3, 2, 4 inch, brush trees.
okay,
So it can just grind up trees rather than us cutting one by one.
so it doesn't just run them down, it grinds them up?
It grinds them up and mulches them.
Okay,
So it's actually gonna, twofold our trail. It's
Yeah.
actually gonna put a little more surface back onto our trails.
and you're talking about opening up long, unused, overgrown, old trail?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And the only thing, I did mention in the past on that is that once you do that, then you've gotta do it every
Yes.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be a heck of a lot easier,
It'll be
cause you
easier,
could
yeah.
do it with a brush hog or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. Alright, any other discussion?
Just when does he think he can do work?
Within the next 2 months. So he said
Okay.
he'd get it done before serious snow.
Terrific.
So I gotta chase him down again. I haven't been able to get him since last week. But he's busy and people have been seeing him work, so I know he's up here. So,
When you make the call and you tell them you get the funding.
yeah, I know, yeah. So with that, I guess all in favor?
Aye.
Alright, cool. Alright. That was it for the Monto committee. We can move forward to the forestry committee. I can start by saying we've posted the RFP for a forester to give us guidance again. It's on our website. It was submitted to the Bridge Weekly, and the deadline is January 5th, and we open it January 6th or something like that next year.
When does the bridge come out, on Wednesday?
Bridge will come out this week,
Oh, that's what you,
It's in
on,
there,
on the sixth, because it was a Wednesday. Actually, I was right there.
So anyway, I'm
But
very.
Eric, I put that up there, you never get.
Yeah, yeah,
that
oh
would be,
yeah, no, but so that's our kiosk, it doesn't have a backboard yet, but it's gonna have a backboard with the even plexiglass that can, kinda hinge up and down, so it'll be protected from the elements.
Just one sided though?
It'll be double-sided,
Really?
actually.
Okay.
We're gonna have double-sided information.
Okay.
And there's a little bench right there.
Yeah.
Eric, Alan Burnham had said he was gonna try and make up a map.
Yeah,
To go
yeah,
in that,
it'll keep expanding, I imagine, like eventually we'll even have a professional map, but for now, little by little, we'll grow out our mapping system of the trails and have, on that side that you're looking at in the image right there, a good portion of that will just be like the Monto trail maps and everything, and then there'll be information, what do they say, like, leave no trace and signage like that, and even saw a little Smokey the Bear thing, I thought.
Maybe one of the photos also of what the trails used to look like.
Yeah, exactly, and the donation queue, and everything. Bob, what were you going with?
Looks really good.
No, I was just.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, you're going on
Oh.
forestry now,
Yeah, so,
you wanna stop shit there.
back to the forestry, it's just, for me, it's been nice to be part of that, committee and see how quickly we could, professionally get an RFP drafted and posted. It took us about 3 months from forming a committee to getting something out there, and now we can seek professional guidance and see where everything goes from there. The goal is to kind of tie in the green belts that we have with the recreation ideas that we have, with the conservation ideas that we have, and just blend it all in with a good plan. Dave, you got anything you wanna add to that, or you good?
no, the response has been, pretty good, we've gotten, some feedback already from some foresters that are interested in submitting proposals. I shared that spreadsheet with all you guys. So it's been good.
Nice.
We sent it out as an email, attachment to all of the state licensed foresters that are, listed to do work in Grafton County. And we got some back that said, hey, thanks a lot, but I'm not interested. And then we got some back that were very interested, you know, we will definitely be submitting a proposal and ask a few clarifying questions, so. Response has been good so far, so hopefully,
Yeah.
when those, proposals start coming in, they look good.
Great. Cool, and again, that, we'll be reviewing those in early January, so, that'll be the next step then.
That's the question, is the forestry, gonna have their own budget plan, their own budget? Forestry committee, if we hire somebody, that come out of the forestry budget?
The forestry does have a capital reserve fund,
Okay.
and there is not a line item for that right now on
Come
the
on,
gen
maintenance,
ops
it could,
budget.
you know.
Yeah,
Right, yeah, but, yeah,
usually they would start with a small fee and then they would, any money that a forester would make would become from any logging in the future. So they might give us like a small, that's what we'll see we'll see what comes in
Yeah.
kind of proposals, I suppose.
So if that had to, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
If we get a proposal, that says it's gonna cost X amount of dollars and whatnot, years ago when we went through this, that went to, annual meeting as a warrant article, hey, we're looking for $3,500 or whatever it was to build a forestry management plan, along these lines, so it's good timing, I would say, to be able to do that. When does a warrant article need to be prepared by in order to get?
and I think that's something that, you'd wanna, you wanna get the forestry and the Monto committee involved in the budget, cause Lisa's gonna be running the, budget, and, I'll be involved with it, but we will
Right.
definitely wanna make sure that we get them in to see what their needs are and see.
Yeah.
And take a look at, because we're gonna be looking to combine a lot of, some of the line items that we've got right now, because it's just crazy, and it just doesn't need to be like that, so, so we may have to add some and take some and,
Yep.
and stuff like that, but, we just make sure that we, when we get into the budget starting November 17th, I think it is.
Yeah, 5 p.m.
Oh,
And,
right.
yeah, so that'll be the initial meeting, and then we'll set up a schedule to meet with different,
I think we probably at a
different
minimum
groups.
have to account for forestry in the chart of accounts somewhere,
Yeah,
so.
So do we know?
it would make sense to do that,
Yeah.
yeah.
You brought up, how much was in that capital reserve account for forestry at some point, do you know what that is? Is it?
$2,300 sticks into my mind, I believe that's what it is.
So are you saying if we're,
That's there to be used.
sure, but if we have like these foresters come back and say if somebody wants $3,500 to create a plan, you know?
Yep.
Is that something that should go to annual meeting, or is that something that you're saying that we wanna work with?
No, because we've already, established the, forestry committee. So we can find the funding out of, we've got money in capital reserve accounts that, for, infrastructure, that would certainly fall under that category.
Got it?
And if we need to the following year, we could certainly do something different, but.
Okay. That's it for forestry, I believe.
Keep
Moving on
talking.
to commissioners' action items.
Keep talking, I'm looking for it.
I can start with mine.
Go ahead.
We already talked about it, the ping pong is gonna be, the slab for the ping pong table is gonna be poured soon. He's just been tied up with the crummy weather as of the last week or two, it kinda sent him on a little bit of a diversion of his plans, but he'll make sure that he treats the ground or covers it, make sure it's all warm enough, and he'll get that poured, and I've already talked to the ping pong slab company, they're ready to go as soon as we're ready with the platform and the legs at this point. They've even they, not only have they cut the two pieces to perfectly fit as a ping pong table, but they've even, laser etched the line in the middle. So when you're playing ping pong, you go across, the table or whatever. So it'll feel like a real table.
That's what that patch of gravel is out there,
Yes,
that's gonna be the underpinnings of the slab for the table.
that's gonna be the slab that we're gonna put the table on top of after that.
Wow.
Is he building the base too, or is the table people building the base?
So he's building a base, well, he's doing the slab, and then he's gonna do two, kind of ornate looking legs that come
Okay.
up from the slab. And then the granite, people are gonna come in with two pieces and kind of join them on top to make the table. And then we have the metal bracket, netting that'll kind of link it all together, that's from Easy's too.
That whole project is so well thought out for long-term usage.
Yeah, I think
Well
so,
done.
yeah, the goal is, even if we spend money, you divide it by no less than 20 years, hopefully
Right.
50 years, and you think about what it costs to have a ping pong table for everyone there.
Good job.
So, yeah, that's what I have, and that's the only thing on my list.
Okay, the, check requirements for the RFP, insurance requirement, that's completed, Spectrum, we got in the internet lodge, we're still having some problems over there, they have put the new modem in, but as of the other day, we were not allowed to get incoming calls, so I've left that open. Still looking at the Bath prior years, I haven't gotten to that yet, the water customers things, haven't gotten to that yet, and, the draft of the warrant article, that's myself and Lisa that'll be working on that, so. And Lisa's already talked about the, software
Yeah, the
upgrade,
only
so.
additional thing on the software is that part of the launch of this will include integrating with all of our banking partners so that, everything will auto reconcile, and we'll also probably try to get, integrated with ADP as well.
Auto reconcile, that sounds so.
Boy, that's be sweet.
I like that word.
Yeah, I wanna reconcile. Let's ring to it.
Okay,
Okay, anything else going on for action items? I think that was it,
that's it.
yeah, alright, any other old business? Any other new business?
I think the only thing to mention is the budget committee will meet for the first time on November 17th at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Here at the lodge and
Next
via
Monday.
Zoom. Yep,
At the lodge or here?
I'm sorry, here and by Zoom,
Okay.
not
Okay.
lodge. Ah, we actually.
Expecting a lot of people.
Well, I expect everybody to put money into the budget.
Yeah.
We did actually put out an invite to all the former members from the budget committee, as well as a few people who had expressed interest but were unable to attend, and I think we actually have 5 people so far on the committee.
Good.
So I think we'll be good from that perspective. And at the first meeting, we will set the schedule for the remainder of the meetings for the year.
Very
Good.
Any other discussion? I'll make a motion to.
Any question from Zoom, you might really just throw that out there.
I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yep,
Yep,
You mentioned that there was a new house being built on Valley. Could you explain where approximately that is?
I don't have the lot number and whatnot in front of me, so,
Is it Fiore?
Valley,
Yeah, but.
Is it Valley or is it actually?
hold on just a sec, let me bring,
Green,
no,
oh, okay.
hold on just a second, let me bring up the minutes.
The only one I know of is Fiore that would be,
On
Yeah,
Valley
you-
Road,
yeah.
so. I don't have the lot number information or anything with me, Randy, so
Is it close to French Pond?
She
Yeah.
doesn't,
I do not know, because I don't have the lot number or the map in
Okay,
front of me.
alright.
And if I did, I couldn't see it on my phone, so, sorry, Randy, I just don't have access.
That's all right.
to-
I'll ask again at the upcoming meeting.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Any other questions? I'll make a motion to adjourn this meeting at 6:49 PM.
second,
One second, oh,
All in favor?
hi.
alright,
Great meeting.
I do have one comment, although we're all through with the meeting.
thank you folks on Zoom.
Yeah.
We're gonna close it up now.
Go ahead.
Careful.